Hello everyone and welcome to the weekend video. Even though it's a bit late again. I made a top amongst other things. I made a set of clothing and I just recorded the top because the other stuff that I made was even less interesting. Inspired by random stuff I found on the internet, more or less. The part that I made, you can jump to the end to see the final picture, are the socks, the top, and the new shoes, which don't look new because I basically combined a few old ones with a new sole with new heels, so it isn't that interesting actually. It isn't that there's not that much to these shoes. The top in general, as you can see, is a multi-piece. I thought about making the necktie differently from as a separate item, but I decided I'm going to throw both together, at least for this one render. One of the main things I had to work with was the fact that I had to divide the material again. I had to do this twice actually. I'm not really sure. I still have to look at. I still have to completely figure out how this works. How you divide this properly. In this case, when I first finished the whole thing, finished the VMaps and transported it over to DAS, it didn't show the materials. What I basically did afterwards is I deleted materials and shading domains for this one, and I made one single material for both. I already had it cut up for the shading domains, and I deleted both shading domains and materials. Then I made a new material, and then I made shading domains again, which left me with an empty material, and then it kind of worked. I'm not sure if you have to leave the empty material in there for DAS to recognize if there's something or not. I'm not 100% sure on that. This is something that I have to try again. A lot of time on this project actually ran into this fold that I'm currently making, the additional seam, basically, because I wanted this to actually like be on the line where the two fabrics divide, in case I want to color them differently. For example, I'm still not 100% on this. I still have to fix one or two points here because it's not yet completely working. There's a few points, there's a few there's a bit of overlap on some of the edges, so I have to like look at this again. And not completely finished with the edge, but it's good enough for the first render. I then made the neck. And yeah, I played around with this a bit, looked at how I could make this, how this would work. And yeah, this is a lot of smaller details that I had to work with this time. Notice that the whole thing has like a double edge, so if I grab the whole edge, it will connect to the lower edge as well. So I had to manually grab the edge. Also, what I did is I basically did this a few times because I wasn't happy with the first neck, or with the first color that the clothing had. So I basically redid this 2 or 3 times, at least the edge, because I wasn't happy with how the whole thing looked. But yeah, that's basically what I did. I will come back to the things that I wanted, that I said at the start of the year that I want to do. There's still the wolf that I want to do. There is the human figure that I want to finish. I've started with it, but I haven't done that much. What I knocked off from the list is the soldier tokens. Those are basically done. But I think I will eventually come back to that and make more fantasy style stuff, because I had a lot of fun, or I'm having a lot of fun doing that. There's these modern parts in between that I like to do, but overall I really like to make like fantasy attire. So I will definitely come back to that as well. Finally, the necktie, last piece. This is a 3-piece. I basically thought about, do I want to make an original necktie that goes into the knot and then falls down, and I decided no, this is actually this is probably way too much to do. So I'm simply just making something that looks like it, because you don't really see in the render that well what I'm doing. In hindsight, could have done this better. I could have just tilted the whole thing and then just edited the lower part of the necktie, but it works as well. I tried to make the knot look a bit less flat. And I think I kind of succeeded in that. It has a bit more depth to it. Yeah, and that's basically the whole thing. I'm now going into the UV maps, as you can see. So we're nearing the end of this. I basically made all the simple UV maps first, all the flat UV maps that I only need to do once, or that are very simple, are very easy to make. And I left the shirt for last. Yeah, you can see that I'm fiddling around with the texture of the knot here. I actually made the textures for the necktie a bit more detailed, because I wanted to be able to give it a proper texture, to give it some flourish, some good textures, some good materials. This is why I spent a bit more time on that. But yeah, as you can see, I'm starting with making the 2 different domains, and I probably should have made a material first, then subdivided it. But yeah, I finally figured it out, or I got it to work in the end, so I'm fine with the final result. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time, whenever that is. Hopefully on the week, but I don't know yet. So until then, stay healthy, stay safe, and I'll see you guys around.